Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dominic, the Primetime Treasure Hunter here. Have you ever been in a situation where you receive an offer with a message from a buyer, or sometimes just a message itself, in which the buyer is begging you for a discount on your item? And there could be many different reasons why the begging is happening. They could say, as is common, that they want to get this as a gift for one of their kids or someone else in their family. Usually it's kids that they mention this about, because, you know, we all feel bad about the children and the kids and want to make sure that they get things to make them happy, right? Then there's sometimes where people will say that there's, you know, just tough times are going on for them financially. Could be something going on at work, could be something going on medically, something going on within their family that's tough, and you know, they'll lay that out for you and beg for you to give them a discount. And have you, in those situations, if this has happened to you, have you struggled as to how you should respond to that? Because after all, you know, it's a difficult thing to respond to begging, because the act of begging in and of itself is naturally designed to elicit sympathy from you. I mean, you could see behind right here. I mean, little Pink Panther is really trying to beg for some more pink lemonade from his dad, and you know, his dad's struggling a little bit about how to respond to that. So you know, we all go through these situations at different points in our life. If you ever had a panhandler come up to you, or you know, someone asking you for money at a street corner, it could be difficult, right, in terms of how you respond to it. So I'm going to share with you a negotiation that recently took place, and I'm going to show you the messages that went back and forth in terms of how I responded to this situation. Now, it's just one example, and you could just apply what I'm saying to multiple other examples for you. The specific item that I'm going to share with you, that doesn't really matter. You could apply it to any item that you are selling. So let me just share my screen with you. I'll take you through the negotiations. A lot of you have told me that you like the negotiation videos and you want to see more of them. So that's one of the reasons that I am putting this up. And also, one of you asked in the comment section, you know, have I ever encountered these types of situations where someone is begging for a discount? And, you know, if so, how do I handle it? And thought that would make a good idea for a video. So I said, you know what? You're right. So sure enough, we have a situation like that right here. What are we dealing with here? This is a comic book that I'm selling. Many of you know I specialize in comic books, but again, what I'm going to show you could apply to any item. Happens to be a combination comic book of Spawn and Batman, those two characters together in one comic. And this book was put together by Todd McFarlane, and it's signed by Todd McFarlane right on the side. You could see that right there with that silver pen. Now, if you're not familiar with comic books, you should know that Todd McFarlane is one of the most famous and well-respected artists around. A lot of people, you know, love to have his signature on the cover of a comic book. He's personally one of my favorite comic book artists. I grew up watching him as he was, you know, just growing into his role, and you know, drawing on, you know, amazing Spider-Man covers, and it's just amazing. He'd blow you away every single week. So if you ever see stuff by Todd McFarlane, that's just a little extra bonus for you there. You know, make sure you're you know, look into it. He does his own toy line and everything. So sometimes people will jokingly refer to him as the Todd Father, as a way to show respect for everything he's done in the industry. So the point is that, you know, this is a book that would command the type of price that you see that I have on it, $99.99, and really fair market value for it would be anywhere between $75 and $100. Now, personally, I'm fine with taking $75 on the book because I don't have anything significant invested into it. It was purchased as part of a massive lot of comic books and comic art that I have my money back from now. So, you know, way I figure it, if I get 75 bucks out of it, I'm happy. Why not take less than that, you might ask, if I only have a little bit into it? Because I still want to respect the market value for this piece. And it's, again, right where I said. And so you could see this offer came in for $50. And, you know, I wasn't even going to throw out an offer of meet in the middle quite yet, even though the middle there would be $75 or $74.99, because I felt I probably could get, a little bit more out of it, or at least try for it. So you'll see here throughout, I block out the buyer's name, or at least the beginning of it, but I keep part of it in just to show you that I'm dealing consistently with the same person throughout. So I do an automatic decline. I've done many videos on why I do that if you're curious. And also, if you are curious why I didn't just set the price at $74.99 and leave it at that, and why I didn't set an automatic decline for anything that comes in as an offer less than $74.99, see my recent negotiation videos in which I explain my reasoning behind that, because I always get questions on that. So I just decline it, and you could see here comes another offer pretty quickly, $60. Well, the half point there is now $79.99. And I felt, okay, all right, I'll throw that out there as a counter offer to this person, because still there, it still gives me a little bit to play with. If he starts, coming back at me and wants more of a discount, I still have another $5 that I could take off, if I need to. So I have a little bit of playroom there if I want to. So I hit him with the counter offer, as you'll see here. And this is my standard message down below. It says, hello, and thanks for your offer. I can meet you halfway at $79.99 with free shipping. If that works, this is yours. Thanks. So what happens next? The person hits me with a counter offer of $70. So we're not too far off. Now, what would I do here, right? I could counter the person at $74.99. And that's what I did. That's exactly why I put that price earlier up to $79.99, so it would give me this exact playroom that I was talking about. And I did attach a message to it. I don't always do that, but I did in this instance. I said $74.99 with free shipping is the lowest I can go on a signed Batman Spawn by the Todd Father. Just a little inside joke for him there. And then emphasizing to him the discount he's getting. Listen, hey, that's $25 off for you. So, just to put it in perspective so the person knows, you could put a concrete number down there. Okay, so what happens next? Does he accept it? Does he counteroffer? What happens? Well, all I get now is a message. Now, this is not coming an offer. It's just a flat out message, and says, hi, will it be shipped securely and safe from damages during shipping? So this is kind of telling you that the person is right there. I mean, you're so close. You really just need to seal the deal. And the person is just looking for something to, save a little face on their side. They want to probe you a little bit. Could you answer the question to my satisfaction? If so, okay, they'll probably go with it. And my response, as you could see here, is to convey confidence and to let this person know that they are in very good hands. Absolutely. There's no wiggle room there with absolutely. Check my feedback. My shipping is bulletproof, and I specialize in comics. I can't be any more clear to this person that they are going to get what they ordered from me when it arrives in their mailbox. So, make sure you're, conveying things clearly and concisely like that. And so what happens next? Well, here comes the begging part, the charity part. You can see even at the end, we have the begging hand symbols. It says, thank you, sir. Hope you can do $70. It will be a gift for my son. Now, I always laugh at this kind of comment that comes in, because, again, it really is playing on sympathies from you, because, again, don't you want to give it to him for a discount so he could give it to his kid? Now, if you want to, by the way, I'm not trying to come across like the Grinch or anything. So if you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. And if it makes you feel better that you gave the discount, again, go ahead and do that. But I could just tell you that a lot of people just use that as a negotiation technique, and you really have no way to know that that's actually true or not. In fact, if you're a buyer, it actually could be a really good strategy to just go around, and when you make offers to people, just add something like that in and say, hey, could you give me a little bit off? It'll be a discount for my son, or discount for my daughter, or discount for my wife or my husband, or whatever. You can just make something up in every offer that you send out, and over time, it probably get a lot of money off if there's a lot of sellers that will go for that. So let me show you how I stand my ground on this, but I do it in a way that is still direct and letting him know that I'm not going to do that. But also, the key in responding to this is not coming across as mean, because if you come across as mean and uncaring, and and the person might think that you're cruel or something because you're denying them the chance to get this for their child. If that really is the case, you want to be careful. You really want to be careful with how you respond. So let me show you what I say in these types of situations. As you know, again, clear, the lowest I could go is $74.99. But then I'm sure he would appreciate you spending another $5 on him for an item like this. And my favorite part is the last part. You will cement your position as #1 in the dad rankings. And then end it off with something nice. Thank you. So the main theme here is you're conveying still what you want for it. That's your bottom line, $74.99. So you're not giving in. You're still being respectful. So you end it off with that. Thank you. And then you just say, you know, hey, listen, you know, we're really not dealing with that much of a difference here in money. So I'm sure he'd appreciate that you spend a little more. And then, you know, you're adding a little humor in there too, that, you know, you'll be cement your position as #1 in the dad rankings, which, by the way, is also ending it with a compliment, because you're telling the person that they already are the #1 dad. So, you know, you're making sure that they stay in that #1 dad position. So I always laugh at the #1 dad stuff. I do jokes like that with my kids all the time. I always tell them I'm trying to get up to #1 dad. I rarely ever claim that position. And so, you know, I'm usually some random number. Like I'll say I'm number, 572, or, you know, if something happened over the weekend where they got, mad at me because I said no, they couldn't have something, I'll go down to like 1 million, or once in a while I've actually been unranked. I've let them know that. So I have to try to get back into the dad rankings, and, we have to consult with the dad committee and all that kind of stuff. So I love those kind of jokes. They come from my days of reading the Calvin and Hobbes comic books, when Calvin would always go up to his dad and tell him that, he was going down in the dad rankings and the polls and stuff like that. So it just cracks me up. But here you can see it was enough to make the sale. So the guy, he didn't send another message. He just bought it, and there you go. I got the price that that I want, that at least wanted to, the lowest I was willing to accept for it, $75 on something that I don't have, much invested into at all. And so I was really happy with that. So, that's one example of a type of technique that I would use. There's other situations that could come up, and, if people like this video, and, you want me to do other videos on situations where, kind of a charity case comes in and want to see how I handle it, again, just let me know down in the comment section, and I could, easily put another one up for you. So if you want to see other negotiation videos that I've done, I try to bring you all sorts of psychological insights. As many of you know, I do work full-time as a neuropsychologist. So, I have a lot of training, obviously, in psychology and psychological techniques, and I try to apply those over to business. So I have a whole playlist section where you could actually go. In fact, I'll link to it actually on the top of the screen here. You'll see it towards the end of the video. It'll be my playlist towards negotiation videos and how to handle things like lowball offers and stuff like that. So hopefully you like it. If so, hit the like button, give it a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. Love seeing all your comments down below. I try to get to as many of them as I possibly can, and appreciate everybody's support. All right, everyone. Well, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all back the next one. Take care.